Two tell, all books, two former wives, and one man who has no clue what's about to come crashing down on him. Meri Padron has just delivered one of the most explosive confirmations the Sister Wives fandom has heard in years. And let's be very clear, this isn't speculation. This isn't fan wish casting. And it's definitely not some internet rumor designed to stir drama. This came straight from inside the Brown family, spoken on the record during Meri's appearance on the Growing Up in Polygamy podcast. Both Meri and Janelle are reportedly planning to write, tell, all books about their decades-long marriages to Kody Brown. And the timing could not be worse for a man who built his entire public identity around the illusion of family unity. Pause on that for a second. We're not talking about one bitter ex-wife airing grievances. We're talking about two women who together spent more than 60 years married to the same man. Two women who helped raise his children, who gave up their own ambitions in service of the so-called principle of plural marriage, and who watched everything fall apart while Robin sat comfortably in $1 million home. These women have receipts. They have decades of lived experience that never made it onto camera. And now, they're ready to tell their side. The Sister Wives empire has weathered a lot over the last 15 years. It survived the messy move from Utah to Las Vegas. It survived the even messier relocation to Flagstaff. It survived Christine leaving. It survived Janelle following soon after. It survived Meri's catfishing scandal and the years of emotional isolation that followed inside her own marriage. But to tell, all books released by women who know exactly where every skeleton is buried. That may be the one thing this fractured dynasty can't survive. People close to the situation are already buzzing about what these books could expose. We're talking about private conversations never meant for public ears. Financial decisions that were kept off camera. The real story behind Robin's rise to favored wife status, and how that favoritism quietly dismantled 3 other marriages. One insider summed it up bluntly, saying this could completely rewrite everything fans thought they knew about the Brown family. For years, Kody and Robin have carefully managed their narrative. They've framed the family's collapse as everyone else's fault, cast themselves as victims of bitter ex-wives and ungrateful children, and repeated the same version of events until it became accepted truth. TLC's cameras helped. Carefully crafted social media posts helped. Telling the same story again and again helped. But tell, all books exist outside that control. There are no producers editing the narrative, no contracts protecting anyone's image. Tell, alls are raw. They're unfiltered, and when they're written by people who have nothing left to lose, they're devastating. Before we dig into what these books could reveal, and why legal teams may already be getting involved, it's important to understand exactly how this bombshell came out and why it has the family on edge. Meri Padron has never been shy about sharing family details, but what she revealed during her Growing Up in Polygamy interview crossed into entirely new territory. It landed almost casually dropped into conversation as if she were talking about everyday plans, while actually detonating something that could permanently reshape the Brown family narrative. During a discussion about future projects and family developments, Meri stated plainly that there were people in the family planning to write books, and the context made it unmistakably clear she was referring to Meri and Janelle. Since then, speculation has gone into overdrive. Longtime followers of the family have pointed out that Meri has been hinting at a memoir for years. She's teased it on social media, made vague comments about having stories to tell, suggested repeatedly that viewers have only seen a fraction of what really went on behind closed doors. But despite all the hints, Meri has never actually finalized a book deal, and the reasons for that hesitation have fueled endless theories, from legal concerns to fear of backlash. But here's where things start to get really interesting. According to sources, while Meri has been openly hinting about writing a book for years, Janelle may actually be the one who gets her story out first. Janelle has been noticeably quieter since her marriage ended, choosing not to flood headlines or sit for endless interviews while Christine dominated the media cycle. And according to people familiar with what's happening behind the scenes, that silence wasn't accidental. Janelle wasn't quiet because she had nothing to say. She was quiet because she was waiting for the right moment to say everything. Christine, of course, already cracked the door wide open. Her book proved that former Brown wives can step outside TLC's tightly controlled narrative and survive just fine. More than that, she proved there's a massive audience hungry for the truth behind the cameras. Her book performed well. Her interviews pulled in huge numbers. She showed that fans want honesty, and they're willing to support it. Now, Meri and Janelle appear ready to follow that same path, and each of them holds pieces of the story that Christine simply didn't have access to. The legal implications surrounding these potential books are enormous and shouldn't be understated. TLC contracts are notoriously strict. The Browns originally signed a joint family book deal back when they were still presenting themselves as a united front, which means there could be serious shared intellectual property issues that lawyers will have to sort through. There are almost certainly clauses governing what can be revealed, what constitutes disparagement, and what remains off limits while contracts are still active. One source close to the production side noted that the network does not play around when it comes to protecting its interests, and they've taken people to court before. Whether Meri and Janelle have already consulted attorneys, discovered loopholes in their agreements, or are simply willing to face whatever legal fallout may come isn't clear. What is clear is that neither woman seems particularly intimidated by the risks. And what Mykelti later revealed about which siblings have completely cut Cody off helps explain why this is happening now and why the timing couldn't be more volatile. The bombshells didn't stop with the book confirmation. Mykelti continued dropping revelation after revelation, each one adding another layer to what's quickly becoming a full-scale family implosion. She confirmed that season 21 of Sister Wives is, in her words, guaranteed, and that Janelle will absolutely be involved in filming. That's a big deal. It confirms that Janelle hasn't fully severed ties with TLC, even as she potentially prepares to torch the entire narrative with a tell all of her own when asked about rumors that Christine and Janelle might be getting a spin-off together. Mykelti shut that down immediately, with zero sugarcoating. They aren't sister wives anymore, she stated flatly, and that bluntness hit fans hard. There will be no feel-good spin-off, no heartwarming series about rebuilding life after polygamy. No version of the original dynamic resurrected for nostalgia. That chapter is closed, and Mykelti wanted that understood. But what has insiders really paying attention is how the book revelation surfaced. Mykelti didn't answer a direct question about tell-all books. She brought it up on her own, almost casually, as if it were common knowledge within the family, and she momentarily forgot it wasn't public yet. That detail matters. It suggests these book plans aren't hypothetical or years away. These are active discussions happening right now inside the Brown family circle. Mykelti spoke with the kind of certainty that only comes from having real first-hand information. She referenced speaking confidentially about family matters, reinforcing the idea that she knows far more than she's letting on. She has a front-row seat to this entire collapse. After all, she's married to Christine's son, Tony, and she's watching the fallout unfold from the inside. She still maintains connections on both sides of the family divide. She hears things from multiple directions, and what she chose to share during this interview was very clearly intentional. People who analyzed the conversation noted that Mykelti seemed almost eager to get certain information into the public sphere, as if she wanted viewers to be prepared for what's coming without directly violating family trust. It was a perfectly executed exercise in controlled disclosure, revealing just enough to confirm major developments while leaving enough unsaid to preserve plausible deniability with relatives who might not be thrilled about it. The fan reaction was instant and explosive. Comment sections across social media lit up with speculation about what these books might expose, and which long-buried secrets could finally come to light. Many pointed out that Mykelti's comfort in confirming the book plans suggests they're already well underway, far enough along that the family has accepted they're happening whether everyone likes it or not. But what truly sent shockwaves through the fandom was what she revealed about Cody's relationship with his children. The estrangement within the Brown family has been rumored for years, but this interview offered the clearest confirmation yet of just how severe the situation has become. Mykelti didn't soften it. She revealed that multiple siblings have Cody completely blocked on every platform and have directly told him, "Do not contact me again." Not one child, multiple children. Several of his own kids have fully removed him from their lives. Let that really register. This is the same man who spent more than a decade on national television preaching about the blessings of a large plural family. He talked endlessly about how polygamy gave his children a built-in support system, more love, more connection than a traditional family could offer. He wrapped himself in family values while the cameras were rolling, and now a significant number of those same children won't even answer his calls. Mykelti admitted during the interview that she knows exactly which siblings have gone. No contact. She knows the names, the reasons, and the circumstances behind each break, but she refused to identify anyone publicly, explaining that it wasn't her place to expose her siblings' choices. That discretion is commendable, but it also sent fans scrambling to piece together who among the 18 Brown children has fully cut ties with their father. Based on observable patterns, many believe Leon and Maddie are among the most likely candidates. Leon has been conspicuously absent from family events and online interactions involving Cody for years. Maddie, Janelle's daughter, was once extremely close to Robin and seemed positioned to bridge the family divide. But that relationship appears to have unraveled dramatically. Neither has appeared publicly with Cody or posted anything supportive of him in a very long time. One of the most revealing details Mykelti shared had to do with how Cody frames this rejection. According to her, he doesn't speak about estrangement on an individual level. Instead, he groups all of his children together when complaining about being cut off. He talks about them as a collective problem, rather than acknowledging specific relationships or individual grievances. A source close to the family explained that this allows Cody to sidestep accountability. By refusing to address what went wrong with each child, he never has to confront his own behavior. Psychologically, it's both fascinating and deeply frustrating. By flattening his children into a single opposing force, Cody can maintain the belief that he's the victim of a coordinated betrayal rather than a father facing the consequences of repeated individual failures. She was quietly documenting everything, cataloging grievances, building a case without ever tipping her hand to the cameras or the public. One source familiar with Janelle's approach described her as the most strategic person in the family, someone who never makes a move without first calculating every possible angle. And honestly, that description fits perfectly with what we're seeing now. Janelle's children have some of the most visibly fractured relationships with Cody of anyone in the family. The tension between Cody and her sons has unfolded on camera in painful detail. Both Garrison and Gabriel openly expressed their hurt and frustration over their father's behavior. Garrison, tragically, is no longer with us, and the unanswered questions surrounding how Cody handled that devastating loss may finally be addressed in writing through Janelle's perspective. The Garrison situation, in particular, is deeply sensitive, and potentially some of the most powerful material a tell-all could contain. Fans have long wanted to understand what truly happened during that period, how the family responded, how the grief was handled, and what role Cody did, or did not, play in supporting his children. TLC has been extremely careful about how much of that story reaches the screen. A tell-all book wouldn't have those limitations. Janelle could finally share the full, unfiltered truth about one of the most painful chapters in Brown family history. And beyond that tragedy, Janelle holds decades worth of stories about the everyday dysfunction that cameras only partially captured. She has financial records, she has proof of broken promises and questionable decisions. She watched her children consistently treated as secondary to Robin's, and she stayed quiet while it happened. That silence is ending, and whatever she's been holding back all these years is poised to come spilling out. Janelle's business-minded nature suggests she's already thinking several steps ahead. She understands timing. She understands audiences. She understands that releasing a book when interest is at its peak will determine its impact. With season 21 officially confirmed and her participation locked in, she knows exactly when the window for maximum exposure will open. But the looming question is this: what kind of legal battles might erupt before either book ever reaches shelves? And the answer to that may determine whether fans ever get the full truth. The legal storm forming behind these tell-all plans is the kind that keeps entertainment attorneys billing around the clock. TLC contracts are infamous for their restrictions, especially when it comes to outside projects that could reveal information the network considers proprietary. The Browns have been under contract for more than 15 years. That's 15 years of agreements, amendments, renewals, and renegotiations, creating a legal maze so complex it would take a full legal team to untangle. Meri and Janelle know exactly what they signed. They know the boundaries they've operated under for their entire sister wives' careers. The real question is whether they've identified loopholes negotiated carve-outs, or simply decided that whatever consequences come next are worth it, because the story matters too much to stay silent. Complicating things further is the original Brown family book deal. Years ago, when the family was still presenting a united front, they published a collective book about their polygamous lifestyle. That agreement was signed together. The intellectual property issues tied to that publication could create a legal nightmare for any individual tell. All that contradicts or expands on that shared narrative. Who owns the Brown family story? Who has the right to redefine it? Those are questions corporate lawyers would have to sort out. And then there's the Cody and Robin factor. One source close to the family said it plainly. Cody and Robin will fight any narrative they can't control, using every legal avenue available. They've built their entire post-family collapse identity around victimhood, and they won't surrender that storyline without a fight. If TLC is aware that potentially damaging tell all books are already in motion, it wouldn't be surprising if the network tries to squeeze out more confrontational content while they still have contractual control over the narrative. At the same time, Meri and Janelle may be deliberately holding back during filming, saving their most explosive truths for pages that will earn them direct royalties, instead of handing their best material to a network that has profited from their pain for 15 years. The business calculations here are enormous. A tell, all released while Sister Wives is still airing, would benefit from built-in promotion. Viewers tuning in out of curiosity and readers rushing to buy the book. But a post-show release offers something even more valuable: total freedom. No concern about damaging ongoing production relationships. No pressure to soften revelations for the sake of filming. Both women are clearly weighing these options as they map out their strategies. Fans have also pointed out that Michelty's casual confirmation of these book plans suggests announcements may be coming sooner rather than later. If these projects were still in the early idea stage, family members would likely be far more cautious about discussing them publicly. The fact that Michelty spoke so matter-of-factly about multiple books implies negotiations may already be underway, or even finalized, and in the world of celebrity publishing, timelines move fast. Ghostwriters can produce manuscripts in a matter of months. Distribution moves quickly in the digital era. If Meri and Janelle are serious, and all signs point to yes, readers could have these books in their hands far sooner than expected. So, what does this mean for the future of the Brown family? And can it survive the impact of 2 additional tell-alls on top of Christine's already devastating revelations? The Sister Wives empire Cody Brown spent 15 years building isn't just crumbling. It's being dismantled piece by piece by the very women who helped create it. 3 wives have left a marriage they once believed was sacred. Multiple children have gone no contact with their father. And now 2 comprehensive tell-all books are actively in development, each promising to reveal truths cameras never captured, and narratives TLC never allowed to air. Cody built his entire brand on the idea of family unity. He sold himself as the patriarch of a functional, loving, plural family. Proof that an alternative lifestyle could produce happy wives and well-adjusted children. Year after year, he stood in front of cameras declaring the success of his family model, while it quietly decayed behind the scenes. These books represent the final demolition of that carefully maintained illusion. The legal battles are coming. That much is unavoidable. Attorneys will send cease and desist letters. Contract clauses will be dissected line by line. Cody and Robin will almost certainly attempt to delay, block, or soften whatever damage these books threaten to inflict on what remains of their brand. But Meri and Janelle have something far more powerful on their side: the truth, and the freedom to finally tell it without fear. The fallout won't stop with Cody and Robin. Relationships between siblings may fracture as private family matters become public record. Long-standing alliances built on silence could collapse once that silence is broken permanently in print. Once these books are released, the Brown family, as viewers have known, it will cease to exist in any meaningful way. What we're witnessing isn't just the end of a television series or the dissolution of a polygamous marriage. It's the complete unraveling of a family myth that was sold to audiences for 15 years. Every episode of Sister Wives now exists in a new context. Knowing where it all ultimately led, every declaration of love and unity rings hollow against the reality of estranged children, departed wives, and tell all books waiting in the wings. So here's the final question for fans, and it's a compelling one. Which book would you read first? Meri's story of 30 years of emotional neglect, of being replaced by a younger wife, of surviving a catfishing scandal with no support from her husband, or Janelle's account of watching her children be systematically abandoned, of swallowing injustice for decades, of finally finding her voice after years of keeping the peace? Both stories matter. Both women deserve to be heard. And Kody Brown deserves whatever consequences come with the truth finally being set free.